Ready? Welcome. We'll give you guys a couple of moments to check in. Please do head on over to the chat and introduce yourself. Or if you're watching on the recording, which I know a lot of you are, then hello to you. Hi, good to have you guys here. Welcome, Hillary. Welcome, Mickey. Welcome, Haley. Good to see you. Hello, my friend Britt, who's on with me today. Good to see all of you guys. So I'm going to say it a couple of times just so people are continuing to log in. Looks like it's working. Sometimes people have trouble with the chat, so you just want to make sure that you are hitting everyone. I mean, unless you're trying to write to me personally, but I might miss it. So, yep. Oh, awesome. Hillary, Mickey, where are you writing from? Good to have you guys. Where are you at? As much as I love Macklemore, I'm going to turn him down so we can jump into this party and get started. Wisconsin. How is the weather in Wisconsin right now? Central California. Hey, Hillary. Good to have you guys. Good to have everybody. I know we've got more people logging in. Good to see all of you. My name is Lisa Drexman, and it is my pleasure to spend the next hour with you or however long you're going to stay. I'll tell you a little bit about what we're going to do on this call, but first I wanted to share a video with you just to kind of get the vibe started. So give me a moment. I'm going to share my screen and hopefully sound with you. All right, y'all can see it, I hope.
The most rewarding thing about being a Fit4Mom franchise owner is definitely bringing the community that I know and love to the moms in my neighborhood.
I have given something the moms to look forward to help them strengthen themselves, to find confidence, and seeing them grow into their own selves again is very, very rewarding.
When I have clients that tell me how much of a difference Fit4Mom makes in their life, I know how much of a difference it made in my life. I love when others experience the same thing.
It has changed my children's lives. I've learned things about parenting, and I've learned things about business and finance that I can now pass off to my children. That's changing our lives in incredible ways.
It's one of the most rewarding things I've ever done in my life. It's great. I just can't express how much I love it.
That video gives me all the feels every single time. I just love it. So again, if you're just joining us, welcome. My name is Lisa Drexman, and I've got Brittany Bachman on the call with me today. Brittany is who does all of our sales, and so she can answer all of your questions there. But we're so excited to have you. Head on over to the chat if you're not already there, and let me know, who are you a mom to? Are you a mom? Are you part of Fit4Mom? Have you done any classes? Would love to find out a little bit about your background with us. Are you an instructor? Are you a client? Have you never been to a Fit4Mom class? So if you are just joining us and you're like, I don't know what we're going to do in the next time together, I am so excited to spend the time with you. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story, how I started Fit4Mom, a little bit about my journey. I'm a sharer, so I always want people to learn from my own experiences, the things that I would do again and things that I would do differently, and then how Fit4Mom has grown to where it is now. I also want to talk about being an entrepreneur and seeing if owning a business is right for you, share any tips for you if you're looking for what is the next chapter for you. Because so often when we become a mom, things change and the career that we had is maybe no longer what fits for you. So if you have done Fit4Mom before, I would love to know, what words would you use to describe Fit4Mom? If you've ever done Fit4Mom before, what words would you use to describe Fit4Mom? I will try to watch the chat. Fun, community. I love it. We do this exercise all the time, and the words that always come up are community and connection and inspiration and positivity. And it's so funny because we're a fitness business. So a lot of times people come for the fitness, but they stay for all of these other parts of Fit4Mom. It really is the magic of Fit4Mom. So would love to start with telling you a little bit about my story. We will definitely have time to answer all of your questions at the end, but if something bubbles up, please feel free. You're welcome to. I might miss it on the chat, but Brittany's watching chat, and so she can answer your questions as well. So I became a mom and an entrepreneur at the same time. It was August 2001 when Fit for Mom started. My son was born May 2001, so he was 3 months old. 22 years ago, it's almost 23 years ago, which is crazy. And I was on maternity leave from my 60+ hour a week job. I was the general manager at a large health club. And I was so ecstatic about becoming a mom, but I was completely distraught at the idea of having to go back to work full time. I wanted to be a mom first and foremost. I love working. I still love working, but I didn't want to leave my son for 8 to 10 hours a day. And I don't know how many of you have felt that way. Just trying to figure out where career and motherhood meet together. So I didn't know what was going to happen. I just knew that my maternity leave was really precious to me. So I created a stroller workout that I could do with Jacob. And it was our best hour of the day. It was just he and I out with a stroller. And I was singing to him and doing lunges with the stroller and squats with the stroller. And I literally had one of those light bulb moments, when people talk about it, like I can picture it like it was yesterday. I know exactly where I was. And I was like, oh, I'm going to start a stroller fitness class. I'm going to call it Stroller Strides. Like, you guys, there was no business plan or focus group. I came up with the name right there. And I wasn't looking to start a business. What I was looking for was community. I had so many questions about motherhood. I had so many questions about nursing and sleeping and all the things. And I had a friend who said, oh, you should join a play group. And I was like, what is a play group? I had no idea. So I started my own. I started Stroller Strides in my neighborhood. So if there's anyone on the call who has not been to Stroller Strides, it is a stroller-based workout. So moms work out with their babies in the stroller. Again, we use the stroller for equipment, but we also use exercise bands, and moms get a total body workout, and they also get a chance to have fun with their baby and meet other new moms. And that's why I started Stroller Strides. And so, funny story is that I got a call from the local news station, and I used to do their fitness stories for them. And they said, Lisa, can you come in tomorrow morning? And I was like, no, I'm on maternity leave. And then I was like, oh, yes, I can. And I went with a brand new baby Jacob at 3 months old, and I promoted Stroller Strides like it was a business. You guys, it was so not a business that we had my personal cell phone and my personal email on the screen. And I promoted a grand opening class that I didn't even have a permit for. And I got home from the studio, and there were, I think, 70 emails waiting for me, I swear. And they weren't just like a few sentence emails. They were like really long emails from women who just felt like they couldn't get out of the house, and they were dealing with postpartum depression, and they weren't feeling good in their body. And all of the emotions that are wrapped up into this beautiful chaos and messiness of motherhood. So I did do that grand opening class. I did get a permit, by the way, and I had 40 moms show up and 2 news crews show up. And the rest, as they say, is history. I went to my husband and I said, babe, I can turn Stroller Strides into a business. I'm not going to go back to work. And that was hard because I was the breadwinner of our family. But he knew that, I was a mom on a mission, and I wanted to be with Jacob more than anything. So failure was not an option. And in that first year, I opened 12 class locations in San Diego, and I taught 3 locations myself, and I hired a bunch of instructors. Now, I feel like I should say, like when you see, those infomercial ads, results not typical, that is not a typical result. But for me, failure was not an option, and I needed to replace that income. Otherwise, I had to go back to work. And it was amazing. And I felt like I really hit the mom job lottery. So you guys don't have to just see me. I'm going to share my screen too, but give me a moment because I'm not super great at the multitasking part. Oh, come on. Let me close the screen. I'm going to try to do this for you. Hold on. This is like always the hardest part for me. Okay, we're going to close this one. We're going to open this one. I'm going to find my Zoom thing. Where'd my Zoom thing go? Okay. I swear I'm great at running a business. I'm just not great at this part. Okay, perfect. So yeah, stroller strides was one of those light bulb moments. I created that stroller workout, and it was even better when I got to share it with all the moms. And within 3 months, we started getting requests from women from all over the country. Now, ladies, I want you to remember when this is. This is 2001. There's no social media. There is no Facebook. This is sisters, women calling their sisters, cousins, friends, and saying, I'm doing this really cool class called Stroller Strides. And so we started getting requests from women all over the country who wanted to join or start classes. And I wanted to share it. I am a sharer. And like, I felt like I was so lucky. I was loving my job so much. Not only was I bringing in the income that I needed, I was getting to be with my baby. Knowing nothing about motherhood, became the mayor of Momville. Like, I had this incredible community of moms, and it was so positive and so inspiring. And so I wanted to share it. So long story short, we did end up franchising the business, and it has always been a really unique business opportunity. We are a franchise, but we're not like most franchises. Not that there's anything wrong with most franchises, but we are built for motherhood. And so if any of you have ever read the book Start With Why, or there's a great TED Talk if you have not read the book. It's called Start With Why by Simon Sinek. And Simon Sinek always says, people don't care what you do, they care why you do it. And we have been a business that has been built on why. And our why is to give women the strength for motherhood. And that is that double entendre. Yes, we get women incredibly physically strong, but we also give them the confidence and the energy and the support for motherhood. We believe so much in the power of moms. We believe that moms need support in every stage of motherhood. We believe that moms need to connect. We believe that moms should be empowered to realize their unlimited potential. We believe that moms deserve to be inspired and motivated. We believe in the transformation and growth of moms, and we believe that all moms deserve to belong, to become, and to be. So I know a lot of you who are on this call or watching on the replay have been part of FIT4MOM, so you get that. It's amazing. I'll get to visit locations all across the country, and every single community is one that I would want to be a part of. Every single community is one where I feel so welcome. So this is what FIT4MOM has been based on, is that why. And with that, while we didn't have social media, we did get incredible PR and media exposure. We've been on the Today Show and Good Morning America. We've been in virtually every parenting magazine, fitness magazine, and business magazine, because we do have such a unique business model. We always wanted this to be a business built for moms and by moms, and that's exactly what it is. And so as my own kids grew up, the business grew up, and we grew through our franchising, and we grew through our programming, and we became not just Stroller Strides, but we became FIT4MOM. So that was when we rebranded, because we offered fitness for every stage of motherhood. So where we're at today is we have 230 franchisees. We have nearly 2,000 instructors. And I can tell you, after 2 decades of doing this, that most of our franchisees don't come to us because they want to work a 40-hour work week. They just don't. They come to us because they want to integrate work with motherhood, and they want to have a business where they can feel positive about what they do and to build community. So it really is, like I said, mom job lottery in so many ways. And it's what we teach our franchisees, what we call life, work, win, because I feel like for so many moms that I speak to that are outside of FIT4MOM, it's work versus life. And we want to figure out, how do you integrate work with life instead of versus it? I literally have a podcast just for our franchisees called the Mom Business Academy. And we talk about all things being a business owner, but all things being a mom business owner, because it really is unique and different. And I interview our franchisees so that everybody can share what they've learned and what they figured out. So I would love to ask you, what was your career path before becoming a mom? I'm going to head back to the chat again. I haven't been great about watching it. what was your career path before becoming a mom?
Hey, Lise,
Yeah.
remember that time I shared my Zoom link and everybody came on as Brittany Bachman?
Yes.
We might have done that again.
Oh,
So,
amazing.
so everybody's Mindy.
Everybody's.
So I want to make sure that I tell everybody how to change their name.
Oh, that's really funny.
Guys, like Lisa said at the beginning, we can teach you how to run your business.
We just don't do Zoom very
class.
well.
Probably the technology part of Zoom, which we don't use very often in our business, we're not the best at.
Yeah. All good. All right. Well, if you could change your name, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
But
So there's 3 little dots. Everybody, when you're looking at your picture, there's 3 little dots next to the mute button. And if you scroll down, it says rename. And so you can actually change your name from Mindy's. Mindy's
awesome, Brittany.
Mindy's someone on our team.
I love it. I love it. Well, we love seeing all of you. An educator. You know, it's so funny. The franchise, when I built the business, I built it thinking, okay, this is perfect for other fitness professionals like myself once they become a mom. That was who I thought our franchisees would be. Our franchisees have been everything from accountants to attorneys to graphic designers to nurses, a whole lot of teachers, to social workers. I mean, we've even had a rocket scientist and a CSI investigator. And I think it really awesomely psychotherapist, restaurant manager. I think it really just goes to show that sometimes our career path changes when we become a mom because those businesses didn't figure out what we're trying to figure out is how to integrate work with motherhood. And so maybe you do this business for 3 years or 6 years, and eventually you go back to your career if that's a calling to you. Or maybe you be like one of our franchisees who have been with us for 16 years because it becomes so a part of your life. But I think one of the really cool things and unique things about having so many franchisees with different backgrounds is everybody shares their background. So what do you think when you have a psychotherapist and when you have a teacher and you have a graphic designer and a marketer? Like, the talent in this business is really pretty incredible. And so I just love that. I love the quote that says, choose a job you love and you will never have to work a day in your life. Now, I would not say that we don't work hard because we definitely do work hard, but I can tell you with every single fiber of my being that I love this business as much now, 22 years later, as when I started it. And that is really so true for all of our franchisees. We have a saying at FIT4MOM that you bleed coral, which is our color, because it's not just a job. Like, we just vibrate with it. Like, FIT4MOM becomes your passion. So when you become a franchisee, you're going to see that you're getting this turnkey business from 22 years of experience, but it's your business. So you get to decide where you work, when you work. You really do create the culture of your business. But the best part of being in a franchise is that you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. So you have not only our amazing HQ team, but you have 200 other franchisees who are there to support you and to share. And so it really becomes such a passion. Now, more about franchising and entrepreneurship, if anybody has not done entrepreneurship before. The sad thing is that new businesses have about a 10% chance of success. So someone who has an idea for a business, like, it's a hard road. But your chance goes up to 90% when you purchase a franchise. That is a pretty massive difference. And the reality is that it takes a lot of work to invent the wheel, but a franchise has figured out a model that works. And so we have 2 decades of experience figuring out that model. So no matter what franchise you're considering, we all go under the Federal Trade Commission, the FTC, and they are very careful to make sure that franchises are regulated, and it is all to protect you, to protect the franchisees. So again, a franchise doesn't mean that you're not going to work. It just means that you are getting a proven business model, and hopefully you're getting, from whatever franchise you're looking at, a very turnkey business and a business that has all of the playbooks and all the things that you need. And hopefully you're buying into a business that has an established brand and access to training and access to support. And those are all the things that we do. Now, one of the things that makes Fit for Mom really unique is that we have become the expert in pre and postnatal fitness. So I've been in the fitness industry for 30 years, which is just nutty because some of you aren't even 30 on this call. And when I became a mom, I was just blown away by how little information there was on pre and postnatal fitness. And I wanted to know, like, what can I do? What can't I do? And the only type of prenatal fitness that existed was prenatal yoga. And I love yoga, but I didn't want to just do yoga. Like, I love strength training and I love cardio training. So I had to start being the researcher to figure it all out. And so all of our programs, while I said it's, a stroller fitness business, they have all been designed very purposefully with a mother's body. All right. A woman's body will go through more changes in 9 months of pregnancy than a man's will in his entire lifetime. So if a mom just jumps back to her old workout routine and doesn't address those changes, then that's when you find moms who are like, wow, I never got my body back. Although we say there was nothing wrong, where you need to switch that anyways. But there are lots of things that we want to restore and reconnect and reignite in your body. So you think about, like, if you're looking at this picture of this pregnant woman. And so my very quick lesson for you is you think about, as you're pregnant, what happens is your head starts to shift forward. Because of your enlarged breasts, your shoulders start to shift forward. Your chest muscles get really tight. Your back muscles get really weak. With the growing of your uterus, your core, your abdominal starts to stretch, and so it starts to lose its strength, and your glutes get really weak. Your hip flexors, your pelvis starts to shift forward. And so think about all of these different changes, and then if we don't address that. So at Fit for Mom, we're really thinking about, like, okay, we're going to stretch the chest, we're going to work the upper back, we're going to give you safe core exercises, and we're going to strengthen the glutes. Honestly, everybody needs to strengthen the glutes. So we really have a lot of science behind all of our workouts, and it ended up being far more than just me creating the workouts and creating the program, which has evolved so much over the last 2 decades. We have a director of education, we have a whole team who puts together all of our fitness classes, and we have a pro team, and they're really amazing. And they've put the classes together in a way that I promise you this is doable, that everybody can learn it. But I just really wanted to get across that it's really more than, it's not just the community, but the classes really are very purposeful. So what do you get with the Fit for Mom franchise? You get all of these things. So I'm not going to read them all to you because I know that you guys know how to read. But the whole idea with it is that you're buying a business in a box. We want it to be really turnkey for you. So you get the website and the email, but more than that, everything is built out for you. So there's templates for everything. You can personalize it, you can make it yours, you can localize it, but you're not having to start anything from scratch. In addition, you have an amazing onboarding coach. So, like, we hold your hand every step of the way. So you'll have an onboarding coach. Haley Orr is probably going to be your onboarding coach, and she's amazing. And so she's going to find out what your goals are. What do you want to accomplish? She's going to find out how much time you really want to put into work, because that's an honest question that you want to ask yourself. And then create the plan for you so that you know, all right, I want to start stroller strides in 3 months, and how are you going to get there? And so we guide you through all of that. We have an incredible education portal, which has, it's such a deep, deep library of everything for every single class. But not just the fitness part, it's also marketing and sales. In fact, Brittany Bachman, who I told you does franchise sales, also teaches our franchisees how to sell. And it is a game changer. In fact, this is a great time to come on because she's about to launch a franchise sales course, which is incredible. Teaching you, because if I find that a lot of people are like, I love to teach the class, but I don't know how to sell. And really, I mean, for me, I get that, but selling is just offering a service that you believe in. And I promise you, when you're offering Fit for Mom, you really are going to believe in it. So you're also going to have, as a Fit for Mom franchisee, your very own territory. This is your territory to offer all of your classes. You can offer whatever class programs you want within that territory. Our classes are held in parks, studios, malls, churches, rec centers. Our franchisees are so creative about the different spaces that they can do their classes. Stroller strides when the weather is nice is best done outdoors, in my opinion, but it also works really well in a mall. It works well in an indoor soccer arena. Our body boost class, I love doing in a studio. I still teach body boost, and we rent a little dance studio space where they don't do classes till 3 o'clock. So they're happy to have a little bit of extra revenue. So our team will create a territory for you to make sure that the right demographic is there. So it's not just based on a zip code, it's based on who's in that territory. Making sure we have the right population of moms, the right age group, the right density, the right socioeconomic group to make sure that your classes are going to be successful. So we'll help you put that territory together and then help you put the plan together to launch your business. So again, I'd love to know what Fit for Mom classes you have tried. A lot of people don't realize we have 8 different programs. So Stroller Strides was our first, and it really is, I still think, our secret sauce and our magic program. But we have 8 amazing programs. So we have Fit for Baby, Stroller Strides. Oh, good. I'm glad you got to do Stroller Strides. We have Stroller Bar. We have Body Ignite, which is our strength class. We have Strides 360 is our speed and agility class. I'm telling you, I think that class is one of our hardest classes. It is a kick butt workout. We have an amazing run club. We have Body Boost, which is the one that I still teach, which is a HIIT class. So it's a minute of cardio, a minute of strength, and a minute of core. And it also is just so beautiful because it has an intention and a meditation. So we have all of these classes. And so what we're looking to do is make sure that we are covering all the different stages of motherhood. You know, a lot of people think, well, I'm going to do stroller strides while my kids are, as far as the business, while my kids are in the stroller. But this business can last you as long as you want, because we have moms who have stayed with us for many, many years. I have a mom in my class right now. Her name is Neba. Her kids are 19 and 20 years old. And I'm not going to say she didn't take any breaks, but she has been with me since her kids were in stroller strides. So it doesn't have to be just a tiny window. We really do have programming that can last for a long time. I love it. So good. You'll also see on there that we have Fit for Mom on Demand. So I'll tell you about that next. That was something we created during the pandemic. So we have online classes through Fit for Mom on Demand. And we give access to this program for all of our franchisees. So you can add it as a value add to your memberships. So if you have a mom who can't make it to classes, you can make this just one more thing. And so you don't pay anything to have access to this. Your moms don't have to pay anything to have access to it, as long as they're a member for you. And we're always adding classes. Not only are there workouts, there's a lot of master classes, a lot of really great education on there. And then I teach some breath work on there. So if you like breath work and any restorative work, that's on there too. And we're constantly adding to it. So let's talk about being a Fit for Mom instructor. One of the most common questions we get is, do I need a fitness background to be a franchise owner? And the answer is no, you don't. Like I said, I thought that was going to be our franchise owners, but that has definitely not been the case. Running a successful Fit for Mom franchise does not require a fitness background. We have certifications that will teach you all you need to know about the pre and postnatal body, and then whatever classes that you want to teach. So we have a program called Foundations that you go through first, and that's going to teach you the exercise science part, and it's going to teach you how to be a fitness instructor. From there, you do your certificates for whichever classes you want to teach. Now, let's say you don't want to teach all the classes and you want to hire instructors. That's fine too. We have implementation courses for the franchisees so that you can understand what should be in a class and how to evaluate it, but you can hire instructors to teach for you. And we certainly hope that, even though you'll probably get started, my guess is you'll be teaching, we definitely recommend that you bring on 1 or 2 instructors so you've got some subs. And if your kids get sick or something like that, you have some options. And then certainly the business is built on the members. These members are who make up your village, and that is where the magic of Fit for Mom is. Most of our franchisees tell us that it is the first time mom, first baby, but then after that, they come with second baby, and nowadays even third babies. It seems like 3 is the new 2. I'm so amazed at all of you guys who are moms to 3. And so because moms that Sometimes they're going to come energized, but most of the time they come exhausted. Most of the time they come frazzled and maybe a little bit of a hot mess because motherhood is hard. There is no class that I know of that is more supportive, more understanding that you come as you are, mom. Like you might come with spit up on you and like we will love you and welcome you. And that really makes up the magic of our Fit for Mom community. So as a franchisee, you'll offer memberships, which is always our recommendation because it's nice as a business owner to have that reoccurring revenue, but you'll also be able to offer, someone will hold your baby for sure, offer class packages or drop-in classes. And then we've got some programs right now with some insurance agencies. So you can also get some moms coming from some other sources for you, which is awesome. And then that builds your community. And really, I would really say that what you're going to build is a village. You're not just building a fitness class, but you're building a place to support all the moms. And speaking of support, we want to support you. So you support your Fit for Mom community. Our home office team and your fellow franchisees offer the support to you. We want to do everything we can to help you succeed. We want to do everything we can to help you achieve your goals. Like I said, we have an extensive onboarding program where you're going to have your own Fit for Mom coach. We have an incredible education portal. We have office hours. So for those of you who remember that from college, where like the professor has office hours, I did my office hours yesterday. And so it's not a presentation. Franchisees just call. They ask me questions, but they ask each other questions and they learn so much, which is amazing. We also do every single month workshops. So you're continuing your education as an entrepreneur. And I already told you we've got a private podcast for our franchisees. So we've got all of that, 200 franchisees to support you, lots and lots of support for sure. So we have always been a values-driven business. And so if you go onto our website, you can see our Fit for Mom values on our website. And you're going to see if you join us that we tie our values into everything we do. They are not just words on a wall or words on a website. Recently, we came up with these new magic core values or really just principles. And we found that our most successful franchisees all share these principles, these values. And so I share them with you so that you can look and say, hey, do these resonate with me? And if they do resonate with you, then even more so, I really hope you do a follow-up call with Brittany and consider joining our team because we would love to have you. It's so important to me to grow this franchise because I want to make sure we impact as many moms as possible. This might sound corny, but I don't think a week goes by that I don't get a call or an email from a client who is in tears and tells me how this program has changed their life. And I want to make sure that there's not a mom in any city that doesn't have that opportunity again to have that strength in motherhood. So we certainly hope that you do consider joining us. So I thank you guys for being here. And certainly we would love for you to schedule a time to talk to Brittany or one of our team members. You could own your new business by spring or summer. Like I said, it's a great time to start. Our Fit for Mom conference, which is magical, go Google that and look it up because or go on YouTube. There's an amazing video of it. It is 1 year from yesterday, all right, March 27th, 2025. So we'd love to have you at that. And I'm going to stop sharing and use the rest of the time to answer any questions that you've got. You can ask me a question, Brittany a question. If I don't know the answer, I'm going to make Brittany answer it. So I think, I can't remember, Britt, are they able to come off mute? Or they can ask?
Yeah, they have to ask. You have to let them off mute.
Okay.
But you can also just write them in the chat, all of that stuff.
How much time is needed to put into the business? All right, I think Brittany and I will both answer that. All right, we'll see if we've got different perspectives on it. We do a survey with our franchisees every year so that we can kind of get a pulse on what's working, what's not working, how are they doing? And from the last year's survey, the average franchisee said on top of teaching classes that they're working 11 hours a week. That's the average. We have many franchisees who work 40 hours a week. We have some who work less. Like anything else, you're going to get what you put into it. So my answer is, it really depends. It's your business. You're not going to have pressure from us. The only thing we want is to make sure that whatever classes you offer are great service to the moms, but you can go as slow as you want. So I teach a lot about time management. So I want to say, if you only want to work 20 hours a week or whatever your thing is, then I'm going to teach you how to time block and delegate so that you only work 20 hours a week. But the business is yours and it's supposed to serve you. And so that would be my answer. Bachman, how would you answer that?
Yeah, I think pretty similarly. The thing I always say is starting with your goal, right? What is your reason for buying this? Because if you look at the range of franchisees we have, some people, like Lisa was, are looking to replace an income from a full-time job. And if that is your goal, then you will need to do full-time hours. And some people want to supplement their family a little bit, really are focused on and driven by building a community and having a community for themselves. And so they want to, just make a little bit of money. And then I think you can look at 20 hours or less per week. I think the great thing about this business when you're thinking about time is understanding that you might not be done having children and you're going to kind of ebb and flow into the amount of time that you have and the amount of time that you don't have. And this business can really easily adopt to that because everyone you're serving is just like you. So you don't have to have that, I'm going to answer an email at 9 p.m. at night. Everything gets really quiet over the weekend. You're not having, 5 classes a day. You're having 1, maybe 2. So you can build this how you want it to be.
I'm giggling over here looking at Mindy's question. She said, what type of support do you provide in terms of things like social media, kids, website offering, logos, etc.? Then she said kids, but I thought the kids was really funny. That actually
And remember,
So-
it's probably not Mindy.
Yeah, I know. So we offer every single month, you're going to get assets from us. So you're going to get a social media calendar that has all the copy, all the imagery, and all the recommendations for what you post. Do you have to use it? No. Can you localize it? Absolutely. But we do that for you every single month. You get a branded website, you get branded emails. We give you the logos for all of the programs that you're doing. We give you all the marketing materials for all you're doing. That is our job as the franchisor, is to give you the tools that you need to operate the business. Can you talk a little more about the initial financial investment? Yeah, I'll let Brittany handle that one. She's the money lady.
Yeah, and I kind of, just to add on to your last question is, I think the thing to remember is we can teach you business. Like, we will teach you how to do it and we will provide you with the tools. The way I like to explain it is that when you buy a franchise, you're really buying a playbook. You just need to run the plays, right? So we can help you with all that. We can't teach you how to like babies and we can't teach you to, be nice or want to be around other people. So I think that's the thing you have to ask yourself. Do I like to be around people? Do I love chatting? All of that stuff? Yes. Do I love being around kids and other moms? Yes. We can teach you the rest. We can teach you everything. Financial investment, the initial financial investment, it's a $7,500 for the franchise. And then there's monthly fees that start if you're buying a brand new franchise 3 months later, which is $199. Then you'll also have a systems fee that's $120 a month that pays for your website and your email and all your templates and all that jazz. I like to say, you got to think about other costs that will happen at the beginning, which are like your liability insurance, all of that. In a perfect world, you have $15,000 to invest.
Awesome. I got a question in the private chat of who is this not for? And that's a great question. So, okay, if you are working at another job full-time and wanting to do this, I'm going to say this is not for you, because I think that being a mom is already a full-time job. So starting a business, no matter how flexible it is, it's just too much to take on. Does that mean we've never seen it work? We have, but that would be my recommendation. It's also not for people who don't like to follow rules or paths, or formats. Like if you're like, oh, I want to make up all my own things and I want to design all of my own social media, like I'm not talking about images, but like graphics and stuff like that, then this isn't for you, because you're buying into a brand. And so it's our job to protect the brand and to make sure everybody's using the right colors and the right fonts, and to really be able to create that brand awareness for Fit4Mom. So if you don't like coloring in the lines as far as that goes, I mean, we're not super regimented as far as the workouts go. You definitely can put your own spin on them within our formats. But if you don't like to follow any instructions, then it's probably not for you. Who else is this not for, Brittany?
Yeah, I mean, I think the way I define that too is if you're crazy creative, right? And you like to create everything. And I think the other things I already touched on, like it's a personality that loves to be around people, right? You don't have to be the most extroverted person in the world, because at least I would say that you would not define yourself as that. But you have to like enjoy people and wanting to talk to people. I would say someone that doesn't have any boundaries and is unwilling to set them will struggle quite a bit, because you'll just hit burnout too.
Yeah, it's funny. I love that you said that, because a lot of people think like, oh, you have to be an extrovert. I am actually not an extrovert. And that doesn't mean that I can't speak to 200 of you at a conference or teach a giant class, because I love what we do so much. And I feel safe in our space because I believe that you're my people. But going out to 400 people I don't know is super uncomfortable, but I can do it. So I think that you can be an introvert, but you've got to be comfortable putting yourself out there. And on that, I would also say that we've had a lot of conversations about this recently with the modern mom. If you want to do every bit of your marketing and every single part of your business from behind a computer, that's probably going to be a challenge for you. Most franchisees build the business by building community and partnerships and being in front of people. So talking to your local doulas and lactation consultants and OBGYNs. So that's hard to do only from behind a computer. So I would say, just realize, for me, I felt like I was able to build a business while mothering. Like when I was nursing in Nordstrom, I handed out 100 flyers. I probably nursed Jacob more than I needed to, just so I could have an excuse, like they were my target market. I got a lot of clients from nursing in Nordstrom. So you can't do everything there. All right, we've got more questions coming in. I love it. What advice do you provide to the partners of the business owner? That's such a good one. And then, all right, I'll go to the diversity one next. I think this is a really, really important one. I actually have told Brittany before, like, I will talk to every partner, spouse, before you buy. If you want me to speak to your spouse, I will. Because I think it's really important to have conversations of, why are we buying this business? All right. What is our why? What do we want it to look like? If your partner wants you to make, I'm going to make up a number, $50,000 or $100,000, but doesn't want to change anything else in his life or her life or whatever that looks like, doesn't want to support you anymore, that's going to be hard, right? So to really figure out, how are you going to be a partnership? It's funny, if anybody ever hears me talking about Fit4Mom and the business, I always say we, about my husband and I. And it's not because Jason works in the business, because he definitely doesn't. He just goes to conference because he loves seeing everybody. But it's because I could not do this without his support. I could not take the time, the risks, the things that have happened in this business. So I would definitely say to get your partner, your spouse on board. And if you need help with that, Brittany or I are happy to speak with you, because we think that's really important. And we find that our most successful franchisees have strong partnerships as far as that goes. Brittany, do you want to add anything on that?
Yeah, that I would say, I think we could add that to, who is this not for? If your partner is not 100% in with you on this, I would say it's probably not for you, honestly, because when we look at our franchise owners and the people who are drawn to this, we want this business to be something that works with your family. And it's kind of like on the list of things. It's like family fit for mom. You know what I mean? So I would say that it would be a hard road that I wouldn't want to ask anyone to walk.
Love it. Thank you. Great questions here, guys. Keep them coming. Please feel free again to ask, come off mute or put them in the chat. Can you speak to diversity and inclusion in regards to your business model and the LGBTQ population of moms and children? We are really, really committed to continuing to make this a priority and to continue to make sure that we really are creating a welcoming environment for all the moms. It's funny, we've had a hashtag for longer than I can remember that was all the moms. And to me, I was like, oh, that means we're welcoming all the moms, you know, like any mom is welcome here. And what we really learned is it's not enough just to invite people to the party. You need to make them feel welcome to the party. And so we actually have our own D&I course that's made just for Fit4Mom so that you can understand how to create not only a diverse group of people, so diverse means the diversion group, but inclusive means, are you making them feel welcome here? And how do you make everybody feel welcome here? And so that's really important to us. We're continuing to make that something that we're always learning about. And I really think that's one of the beautiful things about Fit4Mom when I go visit all different locations is that there's so much division in this world right now. And when I go to Fit4Mom, it's the one place where I don't see it. It's the one place where we all come together in motherhood. How much time does it take from buying a franchise to starting classes? I'm going to let you answer that one, Brittany.
Yeah, that's a great question too. It really depends on how fast you want to do the training. We like to say that the onboarding with your coach will take about 3 months if you do it 10 hours a week. So if you double that, then you're at 1.5 months from purchase to open. But we help you too with like, what does that grand opening look like for you? You're going to open this summer. All right. Well, then you'll need to purchase by this date. Yeah. So I would say quick start people, 1.5 months, people that want to take their time a little bit. Our goal is to have you open within 3 months.
Love it. Any other questions, you guys? Next steps is to book an appointment with Brittany Bachman.
Yeah. Yep. Just set up some time. I'll put my meeting link right in here just for a chat. I can help you with any questions that you have and helping you figure out if this is a right fit for you and your family, and answer any maybe hesitations you might have. You know, we get a lot of questions around like either I don't have a fitness background or I don't know anything about business. And those are the things I'm very confident that we can teach you.
100%. We've been doing it for a long time. Also, I'm guessing all of you have gone already, but if you have not gone to our franchise website, that has a lot of information on it, including a franchise brochure, form you can fill out if you haven't done that yet. And if there's anything more we can do to support you, we look forward to getting to know you. If this isn't the right fit for you, we hope that you find the right fit in motherhood for you. That's really important to us. We thank you for sharing this with your sister, cousin, mother, friend, not only for the franchise, but to go join classes, because we believe that all women deserve to have the strength in motherhood. Any other final questions? All right, amazing. Well, if you do have them or you forget that you wanted to ask something, then please do just reach out to Brittany and she will answer them for you. The way we end every class across the country is with a final and most important stretch, and that is a smile. Thank you guys so much for being here. It was so nice to get to know you. Be well. Bye, guys.